Mercedes just did exactly what F1 feared. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Mercedes news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Toto Wolff gives a crazy update on Mercedes' upgraded W14 F1 car. Toto Wolff has made public Lewis Hamilton's true feelings about the state of Mercedes' upgraded 2023 F1 car. Hamilton has driven the vastly upgraded W14 to back-to-back second-place finishes behind Max Verstappen at the United States and Mexico City Grand Prix, though he was disqualified from the Austin race due to a technical infringement. Mercedes introduced a new floor in the United States, which Hamilton described as being one of the first upgrades I actually felt over the last 2 years, saying it has given him renewed confidence. And the 7-time world champion told Mercedes over the Mexico weekend that the improved W14 remains so difficult to drive, but is faster, according to team principal Wolff. "I think we have seen that it is providing more downforce, more drivability. The car is a little bit less tricky," Wolff said. "Still, the genes are there. Lewis said to me yesterday she's still so difficult to drive, although she's faster. So I think for us, it was important to see whether, directionally, we were going in the right direction also for next year. And it seems to be on the right path. Because you must not forget, the car that we've designed didn't have that airflow, these side pods, leading edges, than all the Christmas decorations we have designed for what we have now. So hopefully that can be a step next year." After trailing Verstappen by nearly 14 seconds in Mexico, Hamilton stressed Mercedes still require some real big changes to get on level terms with Red Bull going into next season. Despite the progress Mercedes have made, Wolff is keen to downplay his team's chances at this weekend's Sao Paulo Grand Prix, which was won by George Russell last year. "The longer you have the upgrade on the car and you correlate data, the better you're going to be able to tune it," Wolff added. Mercedes' Mike Elliott is to leave the team after a 23-year career in Formula One. Having started out as an aerodynamicist at McLaren, Elliott went on to become head of aero at Mercedes, then technology director and latterly, technical director. Mike has been one of the pillars of the team's achievements over the past decade, and it's with truly mixed feelings that we say goodbye to him today, explained team principal Toto Wolff. "Mike is a fiercely intelligent technical brain and a great team player. He has made a strong contribution not just to winning racing cars, but also to building the culture of our team. But on the other side, it's clear that he's ready for new adventures beyond Mercedes, so I know this is the right step for him to take too. He leaves the team today with our thanks for the effort, commitment, and expertise he has brought to the team over the past 11 years, and our very best wishes for the future." Elliott has been focusing on developing a technical strategy to renew the team's technical capability for the years ahead. With this plan now in place and in the process of delivery, Elliott says he has decided to take a break from the sport in the coming months before deciding upon his next challenge. "It has been one of the great privileges of my career to be part of this Mercedes team," explained Elliott. "During my time, I have seen it grow from a group of people pulling together to win races, then a first championship, to winning a record 8 consecutive constructors' championships. And I am proud to have made my contribution to that journey. Although the last 2 seasons have not seen us winning races in the manner we aspire to, they have tested us in many other ways and forced us to question our fundamental assumptions about how we deliver performance. During the past 6 months, I have enjoyed developing the technical strategy that we hope can provide the foundations of the team's next cycle of success. I have decided that now is the right time to make my next step beyond Mercedes, first to pause and take stock after 23 years of working flat out in this sport, and then to find my next challenge. I would like to thank my teammates for a fantastic 12 seasons together and wish them every success for the years to come. Now, I don't want to set the expectations too high with Brazil because last year, it came a little bit as a surprise that we dominated that weekend. So I think we have to go there knowing we have a good car, and if we put all the ducks in a row, then I think we can have a very strong weekend. Whether it's good enough to beat Max Verstappen, their package, driver, car, power unit is just very, very complete at the moment." The second story is Mercedes points out Lewis Hamilton's biggest problem ahead of Brazilian Grand Prix. Mercedes chief Toto Wolff is hoping Lewis Hamilton and George Russell can put on a good show at this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix, but admitted their car is still tricky to master. Hamilton finished second in the Mexican Grand Prix and said after the race he can't wait to get to Brazil and hopefully continue with the strong pace of the car. The seven-time world champion said, "It's a great result considering we started from P6, an amazing day for the team. We pushed hard and I'm proud of the whole team for all their work. It's been a difficult couple of weeks for us, so it's great to finally bounce back. The car felt much better today and the pace was strong. Today was about the balance of the car and managing the tires, and we managed to do that well. We dug really deep this weekend to improve the setup and get it right, and the result today shows the hard work everyone in the team has put in to achieve that. Now I can't wait to get to Brazil and hopefully continue with the strong pace of the car." However, Wolff has warned both Hamilton and Russell they could experience some problems with the car in Brazil. "We came away from Mexico with our advantage over Ferrari and the fight for second in the constructors intact," he said. "That is an important battle for us and one we are focused on winning." Leaving Mexico with a second-place finish, given the challenging start to the weekend and our grid positions, was positive. The car showed very good race pace. However, we know we've got more work to do to extract the maximum from the W14 across all 3 days. Lewis put in a very strong performance to score a podium, and George gave it absolutely everything, even when his tires had gone off at the end. We've got one last race in this triple header, and it's in Brazil. We know we've taken a good step forward in recent races, but Mexico showed W14 can still prove tricky to master. We will look to arrive in Interlagos with a solid baseline to work with, and we'll see what we can do from there. Of course, we have fond memories from Brazil, especially the past 2 visits with Lewis's spectacular win in 2021 and George's first victory in 2022. The fans are super passionate about F1, and we always get such an enthusiastic reception from them. Hopefully our package will run well there, and we can put on a good show for everyone. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has called on the FIA to sit down with F1 drivers and find a solution to impeding during qualifying. Race director Niels Wittich introduced a maximum lap time at the Italian Grand Prix to ensure there were no traffic issues on entry to Alboreto, formerly the Parabolica, with the move replicated at numerous events since. This was done to ward off the blocking issues that had become rife in F1 as drivers battled for the best track position in the best track conditions during critical stages of qualifying. But since the maximum lap time, measured between safety car line 2 and safety car line 1, was imposed, drivers have begun trying to make gaps to competitors by standing stationary at pit exit, crucial as this is between the 2 safety car lines. When Max Verstappen was handed only a reprimand for his antics in Singapore Grand Prix qualifying, the race stewards conceded a mistake was made, and the Dutchman should have been penalized. A number of drivers did the same thing in Mexico City Grand Prix qualifying, which led many to believe penalties were forthcoming, only for the stewards to acknowledge the challenges of the maximum lap time when taking no further action. Asked how the sport could find a solution to qualifying impeding issues, Wolff told media, including RacingNews365.com, "I think the FIA needs to sit down with the drivers and sporting directors and ask, what is it exactly we want to achieve? In the end, fundamentally, we don't want any impeding at all. We don't want anybody stuck in the pit lane. So how can we achieve that? I understand it is better to be stationary in the pit lane than to block someone out there on track. But it still looks awkward. It is not right because some people may not make the lap." The third story is George Russell demands Mercedes F1 clarity as Lewis Hamilton outshines him again. George Russell insists he is not too worried after being outshone by Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton at the Mexican Grand Prix. Russell finished 6th after starting the race in 8th and admitted he was very lucky to hold off a late challenge from AlphaTauri's Daniel Ricciardo. Hamilton, meanwhile, came 2nd in Mexico City behind reigning champion Max Verstappen. Since the season resumed after the summer break, Russell has only beaten Hamilton in 1 race where they both have finished, the Italian Grand Prix. And Russell says he wants clarity from his team after a braking issue affected him in Mexico and a fuel problem hindered him in Texas the week before. "It was like driving on ice for the last 15 laps. Which was a pretty miserable feeling, and I was very lucky to finish P6, Russell said after the race. "We were strong here last year, we qualified on the front row and probably should have had a podium last year. We've definitely performed well, but this weekend has been about tires as it has been for everyone. Qualifying was a total surprise for many teams, for good or bad, but I'm hopeful Brazil won't be that sensitive on tires. I'm not too worried because of the reason behind the deficit to Hamilton. It's been 2 race weekends in a row, 2 different reasons. Last time, in the United States, it was the fuel saving which lost the tires. This weekend, it was the brakes. We need some clarity. Hamilton, meanwhile, was delighted with his performance and admitted he can't wait to get to Brazil for the next race. "It's a great result considering we started from P6, an amazing day for the team," Hamilton said. "We pushed hard and I'm proud of the whole team for all their work. It's been a difficult couple of weeks for us, so it's great to finally bounce back. The car felt much better today, and the pace was strong. Today was about the balance of the car and managing the tires, and we managed to do that well.